lane speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. You've had a black flag. We'll need to come into the pits. Black flag. We'll need to pit to serve the penalty.
Just gotta remember to have the pit limiter on.
There's traffic behind. Watch your mirrors. Your tyres are cold. Watch out. Car right. Clear right. Clear.
Warming these puppies up. Yeah, it might be a duff thing. Just gotta hold it in depth here.
Right, clear right.
Clear on the right.
He's moving. And he's moving right to the wall. There it is.
Got debris on the track. Push your left
Down
side.
your left.
He's
Stay on
still
the right.
there. Still there.
Keep to the right.
Clear left.
Clear on the left.
Tires are still not there. Track's probably cold. There, let's go. Boys are carrying a lot of speed down that way.
You got it, slow car on the right.
Sector 2 is 2.8 seconds off the pace. Yellow flag. The leader's just done a 203.83. V35. Yellow flag. They're showing the slippery surface flag. Sector 1 is 1.7 seconds off the pace. The guy behind has just done a 208.68. Sector 2 is 1.9 seconds off the pace.
New fast flat for you.
V34.
Slow car ahead.
Sector 3 is
Car stop on the left.
0.47.
Car
Car
on your
left.
left.
Clear left.
Clear on the left.
Surface flags out. Yellow flag. Sector 2 is 2.2 seconds off the pace.
Hey there, Jason.
V35. You're a second off the pace in Sector 3.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
P33. Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 2.5 seconds off the pace.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 3.
Alright. Boy.
Sector 1 is 1.3 off the pace.
Very good.
Hello. Who's there?
B34.
How about now? Hello.
Yes, I got you now.
Sector 3 is a second off the pace. Red yellow flag. There's debris out there.
I might have to. Here.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you need to get a bubble. I need to turn off my damn heater because it's gonna boil me alive, and I just forgot about it. And my space heater is cooking me while I'm lapping.
Ooh, I bet that's fun.
Walking a.
We'll see how long this works.
How's the Ashton treating you?
It's fine. I did a
Sector 1 is
bit earlier
1.2
today.
seconds off the
I think
pace.
I got. Did I get 29? I meant to look at that. See the laps I got. But decent pace.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it. Are you guys driving the Audi?
You got that
We are
corner,
in the
you gotta
Audi.
slow down pedal.
Yeah.
You'll need to slow down to give back the time gained.
Yesterday's practice. Yeah, it was yesterday's practice, okay, so 29 laps.
Sector 2 is 2.8
Little
off the
fuel
pace.
Well, it seems like your bike is holding up so far.
So far, so good, right?
Yeah. I see someone's attempted the wall jump. No longer possible.
Oh, that's right.
The new gravel traps have squashed that.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, they actually stop you.
B35.
It's very nice. I would have appreciated that like a year or two ago when we ran the Le Mans 24-hour in the rain, and the lovely but ingenious folks behind me and my ears are like, nope, stay out there for a couple more laps. I'm like, no, this track's gonna get pretty shit pretty fast.
Oh,
Yellow
I'm in
flag,
the
caution.
middle of the track. I'm trying to get out. Phew.
Sector 1 is 1.7 off the pace.
No, that had to be, that doesn't sound like that was fun at all.
What's up?
Staying out those extra.
I couldn't catch that. What's up?
You were out the extra laps, you were saying?
Yeah, so they're like, oh yeah, stay out for the extra lap. You know, it's not a short lap, and you know, half the track was dry, but the half that was getting rain wasn't just getting rain; it was getting pounded. And when I got there, the car basically ceased to grip. It just shot straight off the track, and I managed to try to get myself in the gravel trap, but at the time, the gravel trap wasn't doing fuck all. When, you know, this was the, you take the Mulsanne corner after the Mulsanne straight, and then you got the long semi-straight that leads up to Indianapolis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's when the car decided to give, is right before Indianapolis. And I was just desperately trying to avoid going straight off into a wall. I managed to somehow slide, you know, right and through the gravel trap. But I mean, the car was just... we're not just sliding.
26.
You have to understand, we are skipping over the road at that point. If you could imagine a car hydroplaning, when a car's hydroplaning, it doesn't just slide, it's on the surface, as if it's skipping on top of water, because it literally is skipping on water. The whole track was flooded there. It was just nothing but water.
Oh no.
And I was on slicks, so that was fucked.
Oh no. Out there like a pontoon boat.
What was that?
Out there like a pontoon boat.
Was there what?
Skipping across.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a pontoon boat.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was oof. That's the quickest I've seen an LMP2 go from pristine to fucked. I mean, usually when you're on a dry surface, you're definitely slowing down, but not in those conditions. That car did not scrub any speed off. I'm hoping Raphael can get his mojo back.
This track is hard. It will take it from me quick.
It can do that to
Flag,
folks.
watch out.
I've seen folks who have retired their sim racing career at this track, so it can beat you down pretty hard.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, we had one race, ironically enough, this was way back in the OG Audi R8. Yeah, we get through the, like, I think it was like 11 and a half hours of the race with the car in pristine condition. And then the motor blows.
No. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a death sentence. You know, it takes like 45, 50 minutes of repairs.
Right.
Just to make it drivable, and it doesn't. And when it was back then, when the cars came out, they were not competitive. Like,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah. Nowadays, they made it that when you get full repairs, at least the car is on competitive base. That's not what it was then. We had back on track. There we go.
Mind these track limits.
We've had
please,
one
John.
Le Mans 24-hour. This was way back when we had the Honda Performance Development prototypes, HPDs, and GT1, GT2s. We were in the HPD prototype, and somewhere down the line, one of the guys managed to take some damage, suspension damage, hitting the wall. And it wasn't just suspension damage, it was chassis was bent.
Oh no.
This car was effectively, it had like a 20+ degree crab walk. And you know, we got the full repairs, and like I said, full repairs back then didn't really guarantee shit. And they did not fix the chassis.
Oh wow.
So we drove, I want to say, some 12+ hours with this fucked up car. Because we were damn determined to get through this race.
Very determined to get through the race.
But then one of our guys who actually, he's a mechanic, he, repairs cars for a living. But he's like, this is painful. And I think I've got a solution for this. So we're like, you know what, this has been pretty bad. What do you got for us? Because iRacing's not helping us out. They're not repairing this problem. I'm surprised they even let us out of the pits with the car crapping as bad as it was.
Right.
So he's like, yep, no, we need to go ahead and dig it in the wall on the other side. Rip into the wall on the opposite side to balance it out.
Oh wow.
We get the full repairs, come out. The car's like brand new. It's
Get out of here.
competitive pace again, completely straight.
That's wild.
We then have our Dutch driver come in, and mind you, he hasn't been in the car all race. This is like, he's coming in for like that, early morning stint on his end, late on our end. This is, at this point, we're talking, he's getting in like around hour 14 or so.
2.6 seconds off the pace.
And, we tell him about what's happened, kind of like, mentally preparing him. And he's like, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. This just feels normal. This is perfect. And he goes out there and starts blazing lap records, like absolutely destroying the field.
That's funny. How'd you guys end up finishing?
I mean, I think we ended up finishing like 13th or something like that. But I mean, for us, it was one of those gritty races where just like, we were stubborn as fuck, and we're like, we are getting this finish no matter what.
Sector 3 is 0.43 off the pace. Red and yellow flag for debris.
But I think more than anything, the journey of getting to that point, suffering with that car, beat up as it was for 13 hours, and then the way we got it repaired was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
Or yeah, listening to a V10
Sector
scream
2
is not a bad
0.9
way to go.
seconds off the pace.
No, it's not.
I do like the low grumble of the big blocks, like the AMG and the Aston as well.
They do sound good, don't they?
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, almost every car in the field sounds better than the BMW.
Yeah, agreed.
Just check your fastest lap of the session.
V28. Sector 3 is 0.29 off the pace.
I feel like the Corvette should sound
left.
better.
Clear left.
Clear on the
I
left.
agree. That I was just about to say that. I was coming down the hill there, so wasn't trying to hit the wall. But the Corvette could definitely sound better in the game because it just sounds better in person.
Yes, it does. Agreed. I think what I was most impressed with at the Daytona weekend were the Cadillacs.
Dude, that's
Oh
those things
my
sound incredible.
fucking god. Dude, you don't hear the Cadillacs, you feel the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Like your entire side of the track is rumbling when those motherfuckers are coming around.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think the Aston Martin Valkyrie almost made my ears bleed when they start downshifting. The
Oh,
fucking back blast on those things is deafening.
I bet that was. I can't imagine.
The Porsches seem pretty tame. With respect to everything else.
Sector 2 is 2.0 seconds off the pace.
That's funny.
Yeah, but they fucking dominated.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, when the Corvette, what was it?
Slippery
Was that-
surface
was
flag.
that Tommy Milner's Corvette lost the right rear suspension or whatever?
Hmm?
That took them out of it.
Oh man. GT3 field was a blast as always.
Sector 3 is 0.2 off the pace.
But that little tiff between the AMG and the Aston. Whew. That was I mean I'm honestly surprised there wasn't a penalty.
Oh,
They say that was, oh yeah, it doesn't look like it was intended, but I mean, dude, there's so much track. Why is he checking him in the wall?
I think he thought he had more. He was going to keep going, like they had more room up against the wall.
No.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, he really checked them.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
The fact that he saved the car is incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Nicky is fucking crazy as fuck, but he's talented.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you don't want to end up racing toe to toe with him in iRacing.
Slow car on the right.
No.
Slow car ahead.
We've had that opportunity many a times. And the way he drives in iRacing, well, you know, let me put it this way. In Daytona, he had somebody in his ear saying, all right, we've gotten a warning. We cannot have any contact. In iRacing, he's just like, well, this is a game. I don't give a fuck. I'm just blowing through everybody. And he'll just push everybody off. Like, he's the complete ass and just shoves everyone off the track.
You've used half your fuel.
That's unfortunate.
So, like, every time we see him, we're just like, alright, let's give him a wide berth, because he's fast and he's crazy. But usually, he never finished, because he always wrecked out.
Red yellow flag.
Eventually, you're going to find someone who's stubborn and not make way, so.
It's true.
In iRacing, you can't get away with that shit indefinitely.
Yeah.
I think I caught.
It doesn't cost enough to repair the cars, so people don't.
Sector
The
3
old-
is
yeah,
0.9
exactly.
off the pace.
I think I've caught. Whatchamacallem. Lando Norris on a night when he was drinking. And he ended up causing a massive pileup on a sprint race at Monza. And then we had one Spa 24-hour where we had our guys racing against a team that had Alonso Fernando and Tony Kanaan.
No way.
Yes. It was pretty fucking cool.
I didn't know Alonso was on here. I knew Kanaan. I think I saw Kanaan.
He's an Indy.
Kanaan was. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they're huge on iRacing. But yeah, they ended up beating them because their other drivers had some issues.
Sector 2 is 2.1 seconds off the pace.
That's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Red yellow flag. Watch for debris on the track. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace.
I feel like I'm sweating myself out with the space heater. I'm trying to immerse myself. I'm trying to immerse myself in Australia here.
It's only 68 degrees today.
I know. This is a true stress test. By the time I get to my second, or if I do a third stint in a row, I'll be
Sector 1 is 4.1.
I'll be freaking sitting in a puddle. See the sun trying to break through. See if it starts clearing up some of this cloud.
I think it's supposed to be overcast already small.
Yeah. Well, what I really would like to see is some rain.
2 seconds off the pace.
I think there's 0% chance.
Oh, fuck that. What is with this pussy ass shit? iRacing's gotta stop this crap.
At least there's a DQ limit, or an incident limit.
What, did they have to pay the water bills? Come on. Let it rain.
Slippery surface flag, be careful.
There's got to be an in-between from last year to... You know what I mean?
There's gonna be what?
So there's got to be an
Sector 3
in-between
is 0.49 off the pace.
I'm gonna have to
Something else.
shut my crew chief up. One moment. Shut up!
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
There we go. Now he's not talking anymore. Yeah, last year we got rain in like half the race. But like that was fine. That was nice. If only it was on my half. We're gonna have to figure out who we want to have start between you two.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So this race session opens up. I'm trying to remember. It's 12 GMT, so that's like
7 in the morning, right?
7 in the morning. Yeah.
I mean, that's probably midday for him.
Yep. So I'd say it's probably better for him because he could get plenty of time to warm up and
Yeah. No,
be
I
good
100%
and
agree.
ready to go. Whereas we're kind of shithouse waking up in the morning trying to get going.
No,
I'll see how Raphael feels. I mean, I'm hoping he can start, but I'll be ready to go if I have to.
Is it just you two or Nolan?
Nolan, I think, is going to be out of it. He's fallen ill, and he just hasn't had the time to put in the lap. And considering he is relatively new to Bathurst, he needs the laps more than either of us, so he's not going to get there by the weekend. Yeah, I was initially worried because I would have to was originally going to have to miss the last hour of the race because I had a join up scheduled, but that just got pushed back to next month, so I am all good for the race.
Nice.
If I see some rain in the forecast, I will kick Raphael out of the car. Just like,
That's
you
funny.
took all the goddamn rain last year, bitch. It's mine this time. But yeah, we finished P2 last year, hoping we could one up that.
That would be awesome.
I'm kind of tired of finishing second on this track. I have finished second here quite a few years back as well.
Finishing here in general is probably just a pretty good accomplishment, I'd assume. After
Oh
12
yeah.
hours.
But the way that I finished second years back, I don't know if I told you this story. It was pretty heartbreaking.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a fun story. So we were racing in the BMW Z4.
Okay.
So that just tells you how far back this was.
Yeah.
When that car was a thing in GT3. And like we were really fucking on our shit. It was looking awesome on our end. But you know, we had a good fight going between like 3 cars for a good long while, and you know, by closer to the end of the race, it was becoming very clear that with the strategy and everything, it was a 2-horse race.
Okay.
Between us and this one other team. They had a strategy where they were trying to push really hard and make it up on pace, and we had a strategy that was kicking ass on fuel and still holding good pace against everyone else. But this one other team, they were managing to hold a bit more pace, but I mean, we were easily crushing them on fuel, and they were definitely having an extra pit stop.
Okay.
Anyways, at the end of one of my like double or triple stints, I was way up on the mountain. This was last lap of the stint. No, like there's no fuel in the car. I had just enough fumes in there to get back down the mountain and go in the pits. And a back mark, you know, I was doing aggressive lift and coasting. A back marker ended up punting us.
Oh no.
And I got Austin powered
Oh no.
on the circuit.
Appreciate that.
Somehow, extremely miraculously, did not get clipped by ongoing cars. And, you know, as soon as the traffic cleared, I turned it around. But, you know, having to do an aggressive donut to get the car turned, because you don't have time to fuck around otherwise.
Right,
right. I did not have the fuel to get down the mountain. So I had to hold the clutch and roll it down the whole way.
Oh no.
Of course, I knew that by the time I got up to the pit entrance, I was over speed, but our pit lane or box was on the opposite end, and the pit lane goes uphill.
Oh.
So I had no choice but to take the speed penalty through the pit in order to get to the box and avoid the tow.
Oh.
So it added like an extra, 40 seconds on top of all the shit that we just had lost on top of the mountain. Anyways, my co-driver Riley comes in, and he goes in, and you know, at this point, you know, we're in second by a good margin, because that really dropped us behind the lead. He comes in there, and he's putting down the fuel save, and he's destroying this team in lap pace every single lap. Just putting maddening fucking numbers up on the board. And it's just amazing to watch. And we basically saw a 45-second gap get reduced to 15 seconds, and that's how the race ended.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in two hours, he put down a hell of a effort.
I mean, the push there. Wow.
Yeah. And when I was spun on top of the mountain, we were leading, you know, but it was a moot point with the penalty and all that. That just killed us. But you know, it was either that or we sit and wait for a tow. It was kind of fucked here, fucked there.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, a back marker. I mean, if it wasn't for that back marker spinning us there, things could have been different.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot different.
I'm surprised we didn't get damaged though. Like no suspension damage, no. I mean, we somehow managed to get spun up there and didn't even tap the wall.
You gotta love when that happens, at least.
Yep. That BMW Z4 was a very, very different car. It wasn't the fastest car. It's just one of those cars where you outbrake everybody. It was mental on the brakes.
What year do you think this was?
Oof. I would say maybe 2021, 2022.
Okay.
I'll have to go into look at the site. We've got our like entire history up on there, including every single iRacing results sheet linked.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Going all the way back to 2016. Have you ever driven the GTEs?
I have not.
Man, that was like the best category of cars ever. So basically, the GTEs, if you're familiar with what they essentially how the class was set up,
Yeah.
it's basically at the time it was like the GT3s, except where it's GT cars, but that's about where the differences end. They basically had unrestricted free reign to go crazy on those cars with the engineering. So like they were insanely fast. They definitely had some fair bit of Aero package on them. There was no ABS. So that, well, to me, was just makes the car so much more enjoyable when you know that you don't have ABS and nobody else either. So
Yeah, right.
you have to respect the power that's on there, and it did have traction control, the TC1, TC2, but yeah, just the ingenuity of having cars that are super different. Like the GT3s are, even though it's different manufacturers and the cars are in their own way different, there are a lot of restrictions in GT3
Yes.
that bring these cars a lot closer together. With the GTEs, I mean, they just did not have those restrictions. Those cars were insanely different from each other, and damn, can you feel it when you're racing against each other? Like the subtle differences that we have in the GT3s, where some cars are a little better at this, some cars are a little better at that. It was just insanely obvious in the GTEs which cars are better where on the track. And it made battles very interesting, because there's just like you'll definitely be whipping by cars back and forth, just because of how drastic the differences are between, say, straights or the twisty bits.
Okay. That's fun, then.
Yeah.
Definitely makes racing much fun. Yeah, more fun.
the Corvette GTE was a absolute menace. Oh man, that thing was a good all-rounder, decent power, decent in the corners. It's just, I mean, it was sketchy in the corners. I'll give it that. When you're pushing it on the limits.
It's funny when I watch people drive it. It doesn't rev up. I mean, so usually these cars revving so high, and that one like you shifted like I feel like 6,200. It just feels like you're short shifting the thing the entire class, kind of like the
Got about 5 laps of fuel.
LMP3 car.
Well, like, yeah, do a fair bit of short shifting going up the mountain. But tried to, like, we've been finding that, like, especially for the Audi, there's some issues when we're in the lower gears. So the diff can kind of throw the back end of the car out.
Yep.
It's just way more planted in a higher gear. So, for safety's sake,
The flat out left-hander, I short shift in the fist, and it's so much more planted.
yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah, but no, I definitely would recommend, like, at some point, like next iRacing patch, or if you ever wanted to buy one of the GTEs, or if you wait until the next patch, do it in the test drive for free. You can test any cars you want at that point. Definitely test out some of the GTEs. That was just such a special class cars.
Okay.
I mean, the only reason why the GTEs ended up dying off in real life is because they were going so insane with the engineering that they just essentially made that class so expensive. It's just too expensive to maintain. A lot of manufacturers ended up pulling out because the whole thing outpriced them. Kind of like with the LMP1s. It was just absolutely mental. I mean, with the current LMDHs, you know, they've got automated programs that they can set to control their hybrid system. Oops, a little understeer there. But yeah. But you driving the LMP1s and you could have full control of boost deployment.
Ooh.
And the skill gap is wide.
I'm sure.
I mean, they're playing, you know, three-dimensional chess out on the track the whole time.
Right.
Because, you know, most of the time when they're just driving on their own, they'll deploy their boost the same way, prioritizing what percentage of boost they use. They literally have a map for what percentage of boost they want to use at the exit of every single corner, prioritizing the corners that lead on to the longest straights. But then once you start getting in traffic, then you have to start reserving some boosts for how you want to maneuver around the traffic, you know, and you save some to make sure that you can get around them cleanly and quickly. I used to laugh, like I remember one day, myself and one other guy, we saw that they were doing the 6-hour races at the Nordschleife with the LMP1s and LP2 GTEs. We're like, well, shit. You know, we just see that this was happening like 10 minutes before the race. We're like, no preparation? Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see how this goes. First, like, within the first lap, not even the first lap, just within the combined Nürburgring, so they're within the GP circuit. These guys in we were racing the LMP1. everybody was basically having a
On your
pissing
left.
contest
Clear
and
left,
deploying
clear.
all of their boost straight away. And then, of course, what's going to happen? They run out of hybrid deployment, and we're just like, bye. You know, that was that. That was that. Eventually, they ended up killing themselves, and then I think we ended up both finishing on the podium because there was like one other guy who was flying. Yeah, folks were not disciplined in that car. Like, they're just like, well, somebody just went by me. I need to use all my boost to get by him again. It's just super short-sighted.
Yeah. I mean, they're like that. They're like that in a 24-hour race, so
Yep.
that sounds about right.
Let me just see what temp we got here. What's the track tab?
The track temp is now 20 Celsius.
20 Celsius. Sure. I have voice commands with crew chief, so I can just ask him stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Usually on Mumble, I have it set that when I talk to him, it doesn't go through. But on Discord, well, Discord doesn't really have a lot of features. Or even if it does have features, they don't work half the time, so... One thing I am going to be looking into doing, because I'm an immersion junkie, I'm looking into adding like a radio transmission effects. Not so much for static when people are talking, but more like a little sound for when the transmission starts and ends. Okay. So it's really clear when someone's talking to you, or like radioing in from the link. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder what this stint would have been like had I not taken left front damage in the first 5 laps. Clipped. I slowed down too much on the left area going down the hill.
Yeah.
And it clipped coming out of it. Just clipped the wall a little bit and gave me a... So my wheel's not straight all the way. This thing is a tank though.
Yes, it is. It can take some abuse. Audi, not so much. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to be careful. Self-preservation. Yeah.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
But I do have road damage.
The pity I'm gonna have to go in this lap. She is flying. Like so light right now.
Man. many laps of fuel are you getting? How many laps of
What was that? How many laps did I get him?
on a tank?
Don't forget to hit for more fuel.
I mean, I wasn't particularly trying to save. I mean, but I reckon I could probably get one more lap in if I had saved some.
Okay.
Alright, this is lap number 29.
5, 3,
Okay.
2,
I think that's
1. Right here.
Did I cross the line when that read that? I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't know. I'll be able to tell you here in a second. I think. I'll know because you were in here before me. Yeah, 20 current stint 28 for
Okay.
you.
So 28, but I think it's possible to do 29 if I were fuel saving. But we'll see. Maybe if I was not chatting away and punching laps, maybe I would have been tighter on fuel.
Okay, go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with me as well.
Yep.
Wondering how much I could actually get.
I kind of just like the idea of having a moment where I'm focusing or not focusing, kind of just going autopilot, let myself get distracted, and just see if I could just go, as I said, on autopilot, just let the body take over.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to put in some relaxed laps and see what kind of pace you can get.
Yeah, 100% agree.
They're cool.
You've got wheel damage. We've got damage on the back end.
Oh yeah. Getting as many cold start reps as possible will be ideal.
Yes.
Feels much easier once the tires are warmed up, but damn, those 2 cold laps are brutal.
It's scary. It's not as scary in this thing as it has been in some of the other cars.
Audi and the Lamborghini are a little nervous on cold tires.
Yes. Yes, they were.
They are tight, so
I enjoyed the Lambo.
what was that?
I said I enjoyed the Lambo.
Oh yeah, you get that thing going, it feels like a go-kart. That's both the Audi and the Lambo are really tight wound like that. It just feels good going through all these corners. The response is great. Response to the Acura is still the best.
I struggled with that.
I remember when I first started to lap in it because Raphael was head over heels in it, but it honestly, it was last year, and I feel that it still is the case this year, that it is the best car on this track right now. Just the response is insane, and what it just allows you to make farthest elbow without having to crank the wheel as hard as you do in the other cars. And therefore, you're able to just carry more speed. As simple as that.
I struggled getting onto start finish straight and then straight up the hill
Yep.
in that car. In particular, that's where I really struggled with it.
That's weird, because I haven't really touched that car since Bathurst of last year, and I just instantly gelled with it. It's just like I picked up from where I was, you know, February of last year, without skipping a beat. Then I got in some of the other cars, and it was just like, holy shit.
No kidding.
Because it's like, yeah, I can imagine for anybody else who's used to, you know, the McLarens or the Austin, it's like you go into the Acura and it's just like, oh my god, this thing turns in so fucking much. And so you just gotta mentally get used, prepare yourself to just, you know, not turn in as much. But then if you're going the other way around, you're coming from getting used to driving around here in the Acura and you start driving something that understeers a shit ton. It's like, oh my god, I gotta brake and turn so hard!
You're right about it.
What time is it?
11:14 p.m.
11:14, alright.
Are you asking crew chief?
When I got the beer goggles on, I can't see anything outside of being in the cockpit of the car.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
And it is,
Beer goggles.
it's quite an experience around here. And VR plus a, plus the G seat. Tell you one thing, the VR doesn't make me quicker, but damn does it give me confidence.
Well, knowing where the other cars are next to you, like, it's,
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you got depth perception to everything. The cars, the walls, like, it's just so comfortable. The track feels wide. Everything feels like you've got so much room to work with. Like when I'm, you know, back when driving on the monitor, like you're desperately relying on marks here or there and trying to get your turn exactly the same way each time. And in VR, it's just, I can see exactly how much room I got everywhere in every part of the corner. And it's just, it's not even a question. But yeah, unfortunately, to get like a high fidelity headset to run on this thing, it's like you need absurd hardware. Because
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
a lot of people will try it on something like a Quest, and they quickly learn that, you know, the Quest is a great VR headset, but not for simulators. It just doesn't give
looking
enough
around.
resolution, and then they're like, well, yeah, I noticed a significant drop in the visual fidelity compared to the monitor. And we're like, yeah, no kidding, because that thing's running, you know, so I forget what, but it's just, it's definitely not freaking 8K, and on top of that, you have to consider the fact that there are lenses magnifying that screen, so you can really scrutinize every pixel on there.
Yeah, right.
Fires.
Practice is over. Head on in.
Oh, practice is over. Oh, fuck you guys.
Pit box in 5, 3, 2, 1.
Ah,
Here.
I wanted more tires. They've denied me. They denied me the tires.
Left front, 71 Celsius. Front right, 74. Left rear, 67. Right rear, 69.
Oh. So 30 laps on this one. Not, I'm saving some fuel, but not a ton. Using 3.46 per lap. Well, those are my last 10 laps, I should say. Oh no, that's average jet. Very good. Bad news. Oh.
What a hell of a track.
Really